How you doing? Oh look, there's my candle. There's my candle. There's my candle. What's up? Look. I mean, I'm a clown. I don't know which specific clown. I'm like a blend of Pennywise, Terrifier, Twisty. Yeah. Okay, what's up? It's the next one. Happy Halloween. Oh, happy Halloween. Bro, we gotta do that again. Happy Halloween, everyone. It is Chocolumpia of Chocolumpia Lessons, and we're here with another scary story time and stretch. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Look at my stirrup. That's a stirrup, because you can go like this. I don't know why, like if you're worried your pants are gonna go up, you know? Woo! Anyways, I've had a lot of sugar and coffee today. What's new? It's the Halloween season, you know? And dressing up and eating candy and making these for you has been what's gotten me through this crazy month. Ooh, look, I have a new pumpkin. Isn't it beautiful? It's velvet, so you can rub it. I mean, there's no like magic wish or anything that happens. I mean, there could be if you want, whatever you want, you know? Whatever you want is what you can do or something. I don't know. You guys, listen. We're gonna stretch. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you've been enjoying these. I know there's not a lot of them, but I'm gonna keep it going, okay? Scary story time and stretch with Chocolumpia is a new thing. So strap in or don't, because it's coming. And I'm not gonna dress up every time, you know, because if you've been here before, hi, welcome back. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a part of my Chocolumpia Lessons Triumphs. Oh, careful of the hair. Thanks for being part of the Chocolumpia Lessons tribe. Salamat, that's what I was gonna say. I'm not bilingual at all, but I know a lot of different languages, little bits and pieces, okay? So sometimes my tongue gets a little crazy. It gets a little weird because it's trying to navigate which word, you know? Do I want to say it in Spanish? Do I want to say it in Tagalog? See, I can't even, do I want to say it in English? Do I want to say it in French? You know? And so that's also what's happening in my brain sometimes. So any hoodles, thanks for being here is what I was trying to say. If you're new, welcome. This is probably a weird one to start at, but if you love Halloween and all things spooky and horror movies, you're gonna love today's episode. We're gonna stretch, and instead of sharing scary stories, like personal scary stories, because we have plenty of time since I'm gonna be extending this series forever, or however long this channel goes, you know, or however long you guys keep subscribing and liking and commenting and being cool, then, you know, we've got time, right? I was about to get really morbid, but we're not gonna get morbid. We're gonna keep it light. Happy Halloween. Let's eat some friggin' candy and have fun. And today I'm gonna be talking about two movies that I also saw. Last episode, I talked about 3 movies that I saw, and there's 2 more that I wanna add to that. And I really, you know, I love horror films. I love all genres of horror. And there's ones that I love and there's ones that I hate, and there's ones that I don't ever want to see again, but that I still can't stop thinking about. So that, you know, depending on how you think of it, we talked about this last episode, that might be a sign that it's a good movie to you. It might be a sign that it's a bad movie. It doesn't, whatever, you know, it's all subjective. What I think is a good movie, you might not think is a good movie. That's why when people tell me, oh my God, you're gonna love this movie, I'm like, does this person really know me, or do they think they know what type of movie I would like to see? So that's why I like to see things for myself, because then I can decide if it's something that I really like or not. Anyways, that was a long-winded explanation of, we're gonna talk about 2 movies today. And again, it's not a scary story that has personally happened to me, but they are scary stories. No spoilers, because I don't believe in spoilers. unless you intend or know that you're going into a film review where there are spoilers, okay? So I'm gonna try my best to not give anything away. The only thing with doing reviews of movies without spoilers is that it's very vague and I can't really tell you very much other than what I liked, kind of, and what maybe I didn't like, right? So yeah, we're gonna keep this kind of short. I said that last time, it always ends up being like 30 minutes, but my eyeballs really are on fire today because I've had these on. I've been in this outfit all day, okay? Because I love Halloween and costumes, but also, you know, I still wanna keep my eyeballs. So I wanna take these off as soon as possible. Not my eye, I don't wanna take my eyes off. I wanna take the contact lenses out of my eyeballs ASAP. We're good for now though, but just FYI, okay? That's why this one might be a little bit shorter than the other two. But again, like I said, the scary stories, scary story time and stretch is gonna stay here. That's something that's gonna always be here in the playlist. If you haven't checked out the playlists, by the way, go to my playlists. I have several groupings. So if you're just kind of like, oh my God, this whole channel is in disarray. Yes, that is also true, but there are also playlists of each category. At least I try to categorize everything that I do so that if you maybe just really love a mukbang, you can find all of those, yeah? Or if you really just wanna watch me cook or learn like a recipe, you can find all of those. If you like getting ready with me, you can find all of those. If you like to, I don't know, the vlogs that I do, you can find all of those. I would just say watch everything because, do you know what I mean? And then leave a like and then leave a comment and subscribe. Of course, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, please, because I get really happy anytime I see either someone thumbs up, yeah, or they commented something fun, or they subscribe. That makes me so happy because it's like, I don't know, it's just like, it feels nice and sweet that you feel like you want to subscribe. Like when I make these videos, I don't assume anybody wants to watch them necessarily. Not saying that I think my videos are bad. I'm just saying I talk out of my ass a lot about a lot of different things, but I'm very passionate about the things that I enjoy. And I hope that there are people, and I know that there are people, groups of people out there who also enjoy the same things as me. And it feels really cool when I find you or when you find me or however it works out. But I appreciate all of you that do subscribe. And I also just wanted to say thank you really quick because if I haven't said it enough, salamat means thank you in Tagalog. And I just want to thank you for being here and being part of the fam. Okay, the first movie, God, all these candles, it's like hot. And then this whole clown outfit, you know, we've got some ambiance. I've got the like Halloween spooky sounds in the background. I've got my pumpkins, they're all aligned just like last time. And the scents, I have a lot of scented candles right now because I love fall scents. I don't know why, like when people think of pumpkin spice latte, they think of a certain type of person. Whatever, I love pumpkin spice latte. And I think I talked about this last time, but I just have to reiterate this because it doesn't matter what ethnicity you are, where you come from, what you know, like, yeah, I will headbang to 9 Inch Nails, but I will also love a pumpkin spice latte. And I love a candle that smells like pumpkin pancakes or pumpkin cupcakes or sugar cookies, you know, I love all that fall stuff. So I've got right now, I've got cinnamon oatmeal cookie, which are also amazing. And the reason why I have these scented candles, 1, because they smell amazing. 2, because I don't really buy or eat a lot of desserts, but when I do, they're festive desserts. Like I love a pumpkin, whatever, right? This one, what is this one? Oh, this one, okay, so this one, and we'll get to the scary story time in a second. This one is, oh, hold on, let me look. I'm trying not to burn at the same time. Okay, this one is maple pumpkin. Maple anything is amazing smelling, okay? All day long I will smell a maple something or rather. So maple pumpkin, this is cinnamon oatmeal cookie. And then this one, I thought, ooh, burn my face, no. I thought that this one was a big version of the maple pumpkin, but it's not. This is actually harvest pumpkin. It's a little bit more cinnamony, like there's a little bit of citrus in it, and I like it. It's just not as dessert smelling. Okay, so the camera again cut off. I think it's like saying, listen, bitch, nobody wants to hear about your damn candles, all right? But somebody does out there, right? Because I love to hear about candles. Anyways, okay, let's get to the scary stories or the movies and stretch. So in today's stretch, let's go right into, since we're talking about, I'm just making sure it's not lighting everything on fire, okay? We're gonna go into a straddle. Now listen, I know that not everybody that does these stretches is going to be from a dance background or a yogi or has even stretched ever in their life. Don't go big or go home in these, okay? If you're a professional dancer, yes, go big or go home, but also you should always stretch or warm up beforehand. Warm up is what I meant to say, not stretch, because we're stretching already. You should warm up before you stretch. I'm just gonna take my legs to a second position or straddle, and literally it's like this. Look, my legs are like this, and if you are more flexible, then you'll go wider. Here's how you'll know that you're going too far. You'll get a sharp pain. It'll feel like pulling, tugging. You don't want that, okay? Make the legs go a little bit closer together. This is not a competition. I can't see you. Anybody else watching can't see you, so let it go, okay? Ego, bye. We're just trying to make this feel good, and it shouldn't hurt. Stretching should feel nice, and anytime someone says stretching doesn't feel good, it's because they're going too big too soon. So if you slowly go into it, stretching feels amazing, and it's good for you. You just have to take baby steps, okay? So no overextending here. If the knees are lifting off of the floor, that is a sign that your hamstrings are too tight and you need to bring the legs again closer together. So you might not even be in a very wide V. It might be a very narrow V, okay? Wide, well, I can't move my joints like that, but wide V, narrow V, and that's okay. The legs should stay straight. So we're just gonna walk the hands towards either your knees, your calves, your ankles, and just relax forward. So the first movie that I'm gonna talk about today is The Conjuring 3. I think I saw 2. I can't really remember now, which is weird. I know I saw the first one and I really loved that one. Second one, I don't know if I saw. And to be honest, when I look at the commercials, I don't know if it's one that I necessarily care to catch up on, you know? So I was really excited that 3 was out. I didn't get a chance to see that. I watched that the other day and I liked it a lot. It's really good. It's scary, but not like, okay, so of the movies that I've been talking about or reviewing, none of them really make me jump. None of them are scary like that, and it's probably just because I've tapped that out, you know? Like, I've seen so many scary movies. I've worked at a haunted hotel. When you work at a haunted anything, like either whether it's a haunted trail or a hotel or a cafe, anything that's haunted where there's like extreme exposure to loud noises, screaming constantly, maybe there's like laugh tracks. Like when I would work, most of the time, because I'm small, I would be in the clown rooms. So in the clown rooms, you literally feel like, I mean, I don't know what this is like, but this is what I imagine from when I see movies. You feel as though you're in an insane asylum because the laugh track is usually like clowns laughing, people screaming, weird like music, and that's for an entire shift, right? Which can be anywhere between 6 to 8 hours. and you're just in that confined space, just hearing it drilled into your head over and over again. And then people screaming, people yelling, people arguing, because people react in weird ways when they're scared, right? And you see it when you work at haunted things, haunted hotels, whatever. So I think that that's tapped out for me. I do still, like, if I know that a movie's really aggressive with a jump scare, I'll plug my ears. What did I watch recently? I watched a Netflix film. Oh my God, what was it called? It takes place at a high school. I'm so spacing on the name of this film right now. It was really good, and it was on Netflix, and it started with aggressive jump scares. And sometimes when movies do aggressive jump scares, it's because they're overcompensating for like lack of plot, or maybe there's not a lot of budget for the film. But this movie had all of those things. It just had really aggressive jump scares. It starts like from the beginning. But it was about this group of friends, this girl who has like a previous past from another town, and she's trying to keep it hush hush. This is not giving anything away. This is all in the commercial, in the trailer. I can't remember what it's called. I'll put it in here. But it was really good, and I wasn't expecting it to be. I just kind of watched it to see. But that was a film where it had aggressive jump scares. Now, some of them don't have aggressive jump scares. The Conjuring 3 didn't feel like it did. There was one where they wanted to really make you feel the anticipation, and that was an uncomfortable one. Like, those usually drive me crazy because you're just kind of like, oh my God, when's it gonna happen? When's it gonna happen? When's it gonna happen? Right? And you're waiting, and then you kind of freak yourself out more than you would if it just did an aggressive jump scare. But then it's funny because when the actual jump scare happens, it's maybe not so bad, or it can be pretty bad depending on the director. There was one time where I went to a haunted trail, and I don't know if everyone was like on break or what was happening that night, but it felt very spaced out, and there weren't a lot of people scaring. That's what it felt like. I don't think we were there that late, but I just remember walking, and my man at the time, I don't know where he went. He must have walked off like ahead of me, but I started talking to who I thought was him. And then when I looked to my left, it was like this, he wasn't a clown. I don't know if he must have been in some kind of weird, just like mummy outfit, but he looked very scary, like blood and all of this. And he just was walking with me, not saying anything, but I was talking to him the whole time. And then I turned to look at him and I went, oh, you're not my man. And I ran off. That was so odd. And I just kept laughing. I was like, I wonder if he was just like waiting for it, but probably internally laughing so hard. That probably was an awesome scare for him. Okay, so I'm gonna bring my legs in. This is one of my favorites. We always do soles of the feet together, knees out to the sides, rock a few times, make sure you're right on top of your sit bones, wiggle the knees, and we're just gonna do a little twist. So very, very gentle. Don't go for a back pop or anything like that. We're just doing a little opening of the chest to the side wall. Doesn't matter which way you go, I'm going to my right. So after that, after I was walking with who I thought was my man and it wasn't, there's the part where you go into a school bus. And in the school bus, there's like, you know, you're passing through the seats. So you can see what are either mannequins or dummies or real people that are gonna jump out and scare the shit out of you. Well, I was flinching the entire time and nobody was real. No one in the whole bus. So I'm just making myself uncomfortable, stressed out, like the whole time going through the school bus, and not one scare actor, not one haunt actor was in the school bus. I was like, that could have been prime real estate to scare me. And I don't know, were you guys all on break? I don't know what happened. But anyway, I mean, I guess I was kind of happy that they didn't, but also I was kind of wanting it. Like, that's why you go, you know? Twist, the other way. I was super stressed out in line too, just like nervous that it was gonna be uncomfortable scares. A lot of times around this time will watch, well now I feel like it's more common because people couldn't go out last year, but there's a whole community on YouTube where you can watch videos where you're actually walking through a haunted thing, whether it's a trail or a maze or a hotel, and you can walk through it, and it obviously doesn't translate the same as if you were there, but every once in a while there's a good scare or a good haunt actor that like is able to really jump out and know how to be creepy, and those are really fun. Oh, excuse me, wow. I'll leave some links at the bottom if I can find them in time for the description, but I mean you can just Google or YouTube search walk through haunted house, and there's some good ones out there. So The Conjuring 3 was really good. It wasn't very jump scary, but there was at least one or two really anticipated, could have been really scary jump scares, but were good in the sense that they made you uncomfortable and made you antsy. Like it's the super long, quiet, no sound, and then all of a sudden, bam, you know, that kind of thing. Those can be really scary. So I highly recommend that. The other movie that I saw was really random in that I don't know why I picked it, because I'd never heard of it before, but it looked interesting. And then I saw that Harry Connick Jr. was in it, who I love. I just think Harry Connick Jr. is so dope. That sounds so random, but I think it's his like soulful, bluesy singing. Like he gets New Orleans and the whole vibe, and his music is really good if you like that style. If you don't know who Harry Connick Jr. is, Google it. But he's been acting for a long time too now, so he was in it. And then, who's the lady from Grey's Anatomy? I can't remember her name right now. I do like her as an actor. She kind of, like after Grey's Anatomy, I think she kind of took a break. She was in Knocked Up. Why am I spacing on her? Okay, this next one. This one's gonna feel a little intensive, so again, if you need to modify it, please do so. I'm gonna try to show you a modification. Let me show you the actual stretch first. I'm gonna take my bottom leg like this, okay, on the floor. So my shin is parallel to the camera. I'm gonna take my other leg on top, and both shins are stacked on top of each other like an equal sign, ankle to knee, top knee and top ankle connected to the opposite, bottom knee and bottom ankle, okay? So it looks like this, but on the floor, yeah? Now, if that's too tight, just go where you can, or you can do what we did last stretch and stretch out the bottom leg and just have this leg over the top. Be very aware of your knees and your ankles. Don't overstretch this, okay? You might not even go far once you're here. This might feel like a deep stretch in your glutes already. Just enjoy that. Glutes, they hold a lot of tension, so we don't want to force anything there. If we feel it, we feel it. If you do need extra, you can just walk your hands out in front and try to breathe into that. So it's called Fear of Rain. And I don't want to give this away because it's trippy, but it's a girl who has been having a lot of visuals and what feel like night terrors and things of this nature. Her parents are very worried for her. They take her to a psychiatrist, you know, they put her on meds. They try to figure out what her whole thing is. And I want to keep it really, really, really vague because I want you to watch it. If you watch it, I want you to be just kind of open to what the situation is. But I don't know that it was really scary. I mean, there are some scary visuals just because she's having like visions and nightmares and things of that nature. But it was more like horror, sad horror, which is a genre, right? Like I would imagine that even though it's not in the same category, like Midsommar and Hereditary are sad horror, but there's also so much else in Midsommar and Hereditary. There's a lot of other stuff going on, so I wouldn't even put them in just the same like sad horror category. But this movie, Fear of Rain, is like a sad horror. And I think the reason why I'm referring to it as sad is because, I don't know, dude, like I feel like life can be sad, right? Like life can be sad, life can be horror, life is scary. And so I think that's why the genre of horror is so interesting to me. There's so many different parts of it. And some people will say, oh, I don't like horror films, but you might really find like a sad horror film that you like, or you might like funny horror. There's that too, right? There's B-movie horror, there's gore horror, there's so much. And this one, Fear of Rain, falls into that sad horror category. And not that I'm saying, you know, don't watch it if you don't want to be bummed out. It's not like that kind of movie. I think it's just kind of an interesting take on mental health. So if you're interested in that, or I don't know, you know, there's sometimes different categories that you want to see. Like you might not be in the mood for gore horror, but sad horror would be like something that would pique your interest that particular day, you know? Okay, take your legs straight out in front. I like to do this thing called the knee massage. So you take your fingertips and you just gently circle around the kneecap. I'm not saying circle your kneecaps, okay? We're not doing that. You're massaging around the kneecap area. And then we're gonna switch legs. So that's Fear of Rain. Really good, interesting, because then you're sucked in, because after a little bit I was like, do I want to finish this? I don't know. It kind of has like a Lifetime-y vibe to it, which is not great, but Lifetime movies can be interesting, right? I don't know what the deal is with Lifetime movies. Like they're cheesy, but I feel like they can be educational. But some of them are really bad. Like there was this one called Yoga Stalker or Stalker Yoga Teacher or something, and it was so weird, but it was hilarious. And now I can't think of what happened at the end. I don't think it really mattered, but it was so cheeseball. Anyways, switch your legs. So now the other leg is on the bottom, the other leg is on top. You've switched, you're taking it easy. One side will always feel a little bit more flexible or easier, but we want to try to even it out, okay? So I'm not saying force it, take it easy, but try to match as much as you can. I did watch another movie. What was I? I was just thinking about how Fear of Rain seemed Lifetime-y, and then I watched this other movie that was actually Lifetime-y, and now I can't think of what it was. Shoot. I've also watched so many documentaries in this time span that I am forgetting things that I've watched. Oh, no, okay. This is not horror, but I really liked it. And then I started to read comments, and you know, sometimes comments can kind of steer you a certain way, right? That's why I like to do what I'm gonna do, watch what I'm gonna watch, read what I'm gonna read, listen to whatever I'm gonna listen to, and listen to it. And then, if I care, go back and hear the consensus or what the comments are, because beforehand, it like steers you away from your own thinking. And I'm all about thinking for yourself, right? I talk about it on my podcast. I talk about it here. Thinking for yourself is super important. It's important. So this movie is called, oh my God. It's like the most generic white girl name. I can't remember. Karen. No, it can't be. They wouldn't call it Karen because that would be so not good for the times, right? It's something like that. Sarah, you know, I'm sorry. I apologize if this is offensive, but I mean, I didn't fucking name the movie. Netflix did. It's got to be called like Emily or Sarah. It's not Karen, okay? But it's something like that. I think it's Sarah. S-A-R-A, I think. But so it's about this assassin. She's an American Caucasian assassin. And I think this is where I didn't even think of this when I saw it. But after the fact, when I circled back, I was seeing comments. And then it kind of bummed me out that everyone made it about race, because that's what happens. And I get it. But also it's like, can we just watch a fiction movie? I understand, you know, I get it. But also, can we suspend reality more? Because sometimes reality sucks and I want to watch a fictitious film or read a fictitious book because it takes me away from the reality. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? So, I'm glad I read all of that stuff afterwards because it was a good movie and I really liked it. But it's called Sarah, I think. I will put the actual name here. Apologies for not knowing what it is off the top of my head. I saw it like a few weeks ago. I shared it on my Insta stories. But it's an assassin, or she's an assassin, and it's just like, it's like, oh, you can come out of it. Sorry, it was feeling really tight, so I was feeling like I had to come out of it. If you are staying in it, feel free. If you're coming out of it, take the legs straight out in front, do a little massage for the knees again. It has Kill Bill vibes, if you like Kill Bill. If you don't like Kill Bill, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but it's similar to that in an almost anime feel. I feel like it paid homage to Japan and to the culture and to the anime culture and to the, you know, just, but then it becomes this like controversy? It becomes this controversy of appropriation, and I didn't feel that at all from the movie. Now listen, I'm not Japanese. I am half Asian, whether you think I look like it or not. Facts, okay? So I didn't come from the standpoint of feeling offended, but again, I'm not Japanese. I love Japanese culture. Most of my ink is Japanese art because I love it so much. So people could see me and be like, she's appropriating the culture, but I'm not. I'm appreciate. And I feel like there's a very big difference between appropriation and appreciation. Now I feel like I can't say either of those words because I haven't been able to talk this whole episode. Appropriation, appreciation. There's a difference, okay? And I don't think that this film was appropriating, but there were some comments where people were talking about that. Anyway, it's not a horror film, but it is gory. There are some amazing kills. Now, I feel really horrible when I say that, but if you're a horror fan, or even just any kind of action movie fan, you know what I mean, I think, when I say that. An elaborate kill in a scene is highly choreographed and staged. And it takes a lot. It's not just like a thing, you know, you don't just go, here, I did it. It's orchestrated. It's literally choreographed. And so there's, you know, I'm not saying in real life that that would be an awesome thing. I'm just saying in this fictitious film that we're talking about where reality is suspended because it's a movie, there are some really interesting ways that they are assassinating in the film, okay? In the film. So, I can't believe I can't remember the name, but I think it's Sarah. And, oh, what's his name is in it? Why am I spacing on his name? My brain is not working anymore, you guys. Harold? from Natural Born Killers. Woody Harreld, what? Woody Harrelson is in it, and I love Woody Harrelson. I don't know why. I just think I think he's hot. It's weird. I don't know. I can't, you know, I don't know. But look at me. I'm in a fucking clown costume. Who knows? Anyways, yeah. So carefully come out of that. Whatever else you feel like you need to do. This went longer than I thought it was gonna go because I just, you know, caffeine and candy fueled, I guess. Yeah, we're gonna end it there because otherwise I'm gonna keep talking about all these other movies that don't have anything to do with Halloween. But that one is a good one. There are some scary moments just because it's an assassin movie. Like, she's an assassin. But if you've liked, you know, what's the other movie with, what's her name? Peppermint, again, off topic, but Peppermint, I was like, this isn't gonna be good. It's gonna be so cheesy. Peppermint was bomb. It was really good. So I highly recommend that too, even though that's not in the horror genre, but you know, you might like that stuff. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for stretching with me. Thank you for listening to my stories out of my ass. I love you. I love you. I love you. Have a happy Halloween. I would say don't take candy from strangers, but you're gonna do it anyway. Just be sure that you check the candy and be careful who you take it from, because if they look like a crazy psychopath, then you probably don't wanna eat it, okay? I love you, and don't forget to brush your teeth after you eat all that candy so your teeth don't fall out. Bye!